Welcome back to How to Bet, hosted by Daryl Sean and Sean Miller, giving their thoughts, opinions, and analysis on how to bet, where to bet, and who to bet on.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the How to Bet podcast. Go to howtobet.com. I'm Daryl Sean. He's the genius, Sean Miller, and he is in Manchester. That's right, he's in England, and he'll be back next week. But another good week of football picks for us, another good week, 2 in a row, as a matter of fact. So we're going to keep this thing rolling, and it's time for our Parlay Power Play of the week. And first, let me remind you, first, we do appreciate you listening and watching us on YouTube. We know that there's a trillion different choices to make, so we do appreciate you following us here on How to Bet. And you YouTubers, you watching us on YouTube, go to that subscribe button. Click it. That's right, click it. And then the like button, the notification bell. Go a little further down. Leave comments, good or bad. Bad always helps us too. And then you can ask for merch, and we'll send you out merch. Get some swag, man. And then down a little further, the description box. That's important for making money, because you go to howtobet.com, go to the description box in YouTube, it'll send you there, and there you'll find Sean the Genius Miller's previews. Not only his previews, updated odds, they're changing. Injury reports, they're changing. You have COVID mixed in, a whole bunch going on, and exclusive offers to various different sports books. We spoke about last Monday night. What a great time to go to howtobet.com and get to those previews, those links, because we knew what the weather was about. We knew that the under was the play. So that was a key moment, and Sean did a great job with it last week.
Thank you. Yeah. I just jumping on that show, and I'm like, man, you see the wins. I saw some pictures on Twitter because the game's over here, like, I watched the Georgia-Alabama game. It was pretty late, but the Monday Night Football game's I think 1:30 in the morning here.
Yeah.
So, a lot of places have it, though, now. It's because it's getting bigger in England. So, a lot of the casinos, you go there, and they'll have the big screen NFL games on, late at night to people are all packed in there watching it and stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty cool. Yeah. So, I know last night, as soon as I saw those wins, I said, oh, man.
Yeah, wind, you could play through rain, you could play through snow, hail. Any wind will ruin a game. Wind is the biggest factor as far as weather goes when it comes to games. All right, time for our Parlay Power Play of the week, week 14 already. So, Sean, let's have it. Your Parlay Power Play of the week.
All right, so I'm going to qualify this with some. I picked Baltimore as a pick over Cleveland. I know Baltimore lost another player. Their big cornerback is out for the year, and they're just kind of dropping. Like,
hey, wait, let me stop you there. I'm sorry. Let me stop. I know I have to ask you this question. Okay. But last week, I thought it was foolish. I'm not second guessing. Harbaugh, you need to kick the extra point and go into overtime. I mean, extra point. Nothing's a gimme. But certainly 2-point conversions are not gimmies.
Oh, yeah. I think, take your chances there.
So you're good with it?
I don't know. What's that?
So you're good with going with 2? Going for 2?
No, I mean, I think you're the better team. You kick the extra point, you go to overtime.
I agree.
You're the better team. I mean, if it's the other way around, I think, if it was the Steelers, I wouldn't have a problem because, they need something to keep going. But you're supposed to be the better team there. I mean, just kick the extra point, get to overtime, and rely on Lamar Jackson. But
I was happy. I had Pittsburgh +4, but all right. So sorry, I just want to get your opinion.
They're starting to. We saw this game. Cleveland just played Baltimore because they had the bye, and it was an ugly game. And Baltimore's defense. I mean, Baltimore's defense is good, but they're just dropping like flies. So, I'm going to take Baltimore in this game as a pick because I think Lamar Jackson is better and he's not going to have the same kind of game that he had 2 weeks ago against them. But, it's a tough game now. And if they have a couple more players out, I would probably say back off the game. But so just to qualify it, but, I'll take Baltimore with that.
And I'll tell you this. I think Cleveland stinks. So I don't. There's something definitely wrong there. I'm not a big fan of Baltimore. I don't think the quarterback. I know, listen, great athlete. He can run. He can throw. He could throw, arm strength, all that stuff, really good arm strength. But he's not accurate. He's not an accurate passer. So, but in this one, no matter what here, you're taking Baltimore pick. I'll agree with you there, but this is your parlay power play. But yeah, all right. So Baltimore at Pick'em at Cleveland. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. And if I would probably, if I would put a team in for that, like if there's some injuries, I would say take Kansas City to put in for that. But that's down the road. Second game is, and I can't believe I'm doing this after I just killed them in the Chargers against the Giants.
Chargers. They're at home -10.
They're like the most frustrating team.
Tell me about it.
I don't have to tell you last week, but they're just, it's crazy. But the Giants, why, I don't understand, why did they draft Saquon Barkley if they're not going to run him? Like, they just run him like 10 times. What's the point? It's crazy, but you just watch the Chargers just maul the Bengals, and obviously it's tough. You want to try. You're like, they're sucking you back in. Well,
hey, they've beat me 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I think the Giants quit. I think it's not quit, but they're not any good. And that coach stinks, and they're done. So that would be my second game. My third game, and once again, I looked at this, and the line's going like crazy. And I'm going to take Green Bay.
So Green Bay is at home against Chicago -12.
Ariel Epstein went on the show last night. She's a big prop player. And she on her Twitter, she talked about the Rodgers out of a bye. He's not very good. Like pretty bad, actually. Like maybe like the first week bad. So that gave me a little bit of pause, but like Chicago quit. The coach is terrible. They don't even have their headsets working. He doesn't even know whose like job it is to have the headsets going. So that's such a disaster. They're in trouble. And I just think that Green Bay 31-3, something like that. They just pummel them here. So I'm going to go with Green Bay.
So Green Bay. So Baltimore pick them at Cleveland. The Chargers at home -10 against the Giants, and Green Bay at home -12 against the Bears. That's Sean's parlay power play of the week. And here is mine. I will take a Tennessee team coming off a bye, getting a little bit healthier. They get Julio Jones back. They're getting, that bye week came at a good time for them as far as some of the defensive players as well. I'm going to take Tennessee -10.5 at home against Jacksonville. Jacksonville's terrible. By the way, Trevor Lawrence, I still think he will be a good quarterback. I know they've given him nothing to work with. Hopefully they'll build around that for him.
Etienne's injury killed him too, I think, early. Because if Travis Etienne doesn't get hurt, in preseason, I think he probably has a decent year. And as soon as he gets, they're playing it around him, and then he gets hurt, so that kind of tanks.
Yeah, you're right. So I mean, and defensively they're okay at times, but they're inconsistent. I'm going to go Tennessee -10.5 at home. I'm going to go, this is me just not learning my lesson. They have screwed me 2 weeks. Don't worry. Trey's getting nervous because I curse when the Chargers involved, and then he has to edit it for our radio end. The Chargers -10 at home against the Giants. I'm going to go with them again. They beat me on a 6-team, Cincinnati, I guess you could say, beat me last week on a 6. No, I stand corrected. I had the over in that game. So I had a 6-team parlay, believe it or not. I had the over. The team that beat me in that one was San Francisco, so it wasn't the Chargers. Yep. I had the over in the Chargers-Bengals game. And then I'm going to go with what is the big game of the week next week. I think one of these teams is just better than the other, and they're at home. So I'm going to take Arizona -2.5 at home against the Rams. I am not impressed with the Rams at all. I know they won the game. They beat a bad team. So I'm going with the Rams. Not impressed. Or rather, Arizona, because I'm not impressed with the Rams. So here it is. Tennessee -10.5 at home against Jacksonville. Chargers -10 at home against the Giants. And then Arizona -2.5 at home against the Rams. That is my parlay power play of the week. Sean? Any comments on mine? You have any comments on mine?
No, I like I think there was a lot of it was tough. You know, there's like 5 or 6 games between teams that are like 5 and 7 and 8 and 6 this week. That the Falcons and Panthers, and there's a lot of those tough games. So I try to stay away from those. I like the Cardinals. I like the Chiefs a lot in that game. That they probably would have been their defense is playing phenomenal right now.
Yeah.
So I would probably I like Tennessee as well. If you want to put like a 5 or 6 team parlay together with all those picks and maybe win a ton of money, maybe kind of put them together there. Maybe take Baltimore out and put Kansas City in or something like that. But
Chiefs on a roll. Not the Chiefs we know, not the same Chiefs we know and love, but they are on a roll.
I'll tell you what, defense. And at some point their offense is going to click. Remember they're playing the Raiders, and they just beat the Raiders 41-14, and 3 of the last 4 weeks, they've held teams to like 7 points, 9 points, 9 points. So their defense is playing out of its world right now.
Yeah,
so
they've been terrific. Yeah. So that is our Parlay Power Plays of the week. When we come back, prime time bets of week 14. You're watching us on YouTube. How to Bet. Go to howtobet.com. Get there now.